during this time, you're doing the underground circuit.
Sure.
Are you going to the casinos as well? Are you going to Vegas and so forth?
So they were shut down. I forget exactly what portion. I'll say in the beginning phases they were shut down. Then they started opening back up. And when they started opening up is when I started going again. Yeah.
Okay. How much are your big wins during this time?
So my main gambling career that like everyone on the internet wants to know about took place over 3 years. Mm-hmm. In the first year, I would have like a weekly win, small, like anywhere from 20 to 50K. It was pretty much every week. It was pretty consistent. It was chilling. And honestly, it was not too much more than just luck in the beginning. Because I wasn't going to Vegas trying to win. I was trying to go to Vegas because it was the city that stayed open or opened up before LA did. And I was just trying to have a life. So I was just going there and I was like, I like to gamble. Let me gamble. And like the first week, like I won, I don't know, 20K, something like this. And the casino was like, all right, cool. If you want to come back next week, we'll give you like a room for free. I'm like, oh, sweet, like a free trip, you know? Then I'd win again. They'd be like, oh, if you want to come back next week, we'll also pay for your commercial airfare. I'm like, oh, cool. They're going to pay you like everything. Then they're like, oh, do you want a private jet or like whatever it is? So in the beginning, I was just winning small, like 20 to 50K, basically weekly. In my second year, it was mostly six-figure wins. At roughly the 18th month mark, it's like halfway through my 3 years, I had my first $1 million win, my first seven-figure win. It was I think it was either 1.125 or 1.250. I can't remember exactly my first one. I have a video of it, but whatever it was, I broke the $1 million. And that was like a huge moment for me where I realized like this is possible. And we locked in. It was me and my best friend Ian. We just locked in. And at that point, they became $1 million wins. And then for the balance of my third and final year before getting like perma-banned everywhere, I averaged out to be $1 million a week winner.
Okay. Now, you said you don't count cards.
I mean, I can count cards. Counting cards is not hard, but no, that's not my strategy, but counting cards is not hard.
Okay, counting cards means you keep track of what's still in the hand and what cards have gotten played, and you're working out, you know, the statistics and the percentages based on what's going to come out based on and so forth.
Yeah.
Do people count cards on a high level? You know, for example, you ever see the movie Rain Man?
Sure.
You know, Dustin Hoffman was like autistic and he could just sit there and just, you know right off the bat how to count cards, and, you know, but he can't really function normally and eventually gets banned from the casino and so forth. Are there actual, you know, card counters that have the type of brain that they can count cards all day long?
Yeah, for sure.
You met people like this?
Yeah, I know tons of them. Yeah.
Okay, but the casinos try to stop this.
Yeah, so some of those brightest card counting minds get hired to work for the casino in surveillance. And they help two things. They help hands-on, like with actual watching live in real time, catching card counters. They watch back tapes of suspected card counters, and the guy who's like a, you know, bright mind at counting cards goes, yeah, he's counting cards. Or the third way is they help create the software. They help like give the software developers the data that they use in their brain to count cards or to catch a suspected card counter, so the software can pick it up also.
Okay, but counting cards is not technically illegal, is it?
It's not illegal. If it was illegal, they'd get arrested.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's just frowned upon.
Right.
It's bad for business if you're a casino owner.
Right. Now, the casinos are corporations, but they're not public organizations, meaning that they could decide who is allowed in the casino. So if they say...
They're public companies.
Yeah.
But it's private property, so they're allowed to refuse business for any reason or no reason.
Right. So if they say, listen, we don't like you, you're not allowed in here, we're not going to give you a reason, you can't sue or anything else like that to get back in.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it goes so extreme, and I've posted this video before. I got thrown out of a casino way early in my career for having tattoos on my hands and face, on camera, and they told me that was the reason. And so I just went to a couple lawyer friends of mine, and I go, like, what's up with this? What's your thoughts? And it was the D, by the way, or Circa, it was the same owner. That's who threw me out. And the lawyers go, having tattoos is not a protected class. Like, your suit wouldn't have validity, you know? So they can throw you out because they don't like the way you look. And it happened to me on camera.
Okay. Your single biggest night, how much did you win?
My single biggest session win was $11,526,000.
$11,000,000. $526. Clearly, that number is stuck in your head.
Yeah.
How long were you playing for to win that?
It happened over a 7-day period, but I was short playing the whole time. So I'd play 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 4 minutes. And over 7 days, it accumulated to a little over $11.5 million.
So you would jump in, play for a couple of minutes, and leave?
Yeah. Well, I flat bet $250,000 a hand. So you can deal.
Wait, you're playing $250,000 a hand?
Yeah, that's what I bet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you can deal fast, and you can, some dealers are faster than others, but also I pressure them to deal fast. I don't need you to take longer. Like, there's no need. Like, I don't need that suspense. Like, I made a decision. Give me the cards. Did I win or not? You know. So if you deal fast, and I play 4 hands, I could win $1 million in a minute.
Okay. What's the most you lost?
$8 million.
$8 million.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
Like a whole night. Took me a whole night to lose that.
How did you feel at the end of the night?
Technically, okay. To answer that question, it wasn't. I had gone in the beginning when I was down like 5 million, between 3 and 5 million. I was super angry, like naturally, you know. I was like angry and pissed off, and like the term's like on tilt. That's like the gambling term. I was just like pissed. Then when I lost more than that, I was just confused. I go, there's no way. It would have to be a mathematical anomaly for me to lose this many hands in a row without winning. It's impossible, improbable. I go, they're cheating. It's the only realistic answer. Because you cannot, bro, you can either be banker or player. You only have 2 options. It's always going to be one of them, unless it's a tie, which is not really relevant. But basically, it's always going to be one of them. To lose that many hands in a row without winning one, a guy who's never played in his life is going to do better than, 0 hands won. So I'm being cheated. I get it. And so I bought in for my last million. And when I figured out how they cheated, I figured it out. And I ended up winning $9 million. It took me 45 minutes. So I won my money back plus $1 million.
How are they cheating?
I don't want to say exactly.
Roughly, if you could kind of say without being specific.
It was
how they cheated you out of $8 million. That's a huge amount of money.
It was a manual, real-time adjustment of cards.
Aha. Okay.